right, welcome back to Comics A Cafe. Today we're going to be going over the Invincible Iron Man Extremis armor. This armor made its debut back in 2005, I believe. It was part of the Invincible Iron Man comic series. The first, I think, 4 or 5 issues, first 6 issues, I think, deal with the Extremis arc, right, where they talk about the creator of the Extremis, which is a biological like infused technology that enters through the body. It was created by, or co-developed by, Maya Hansen. And basically what happened is this dude named Malin was a test subject for the Extremis experiment, and he became super powered, super agility, strength, all of it. He went up against Iron Man, and Iron Man was crushed by a car. His injuries that he sustained, broke his leg, broke his hands. His injuries were pretty severe, so in order to kind of spring back up and fight off Malin, he asked Maya Hansen to inject him with the serum itself. And with the serum came the suit as well. So here we are. This is part of the Marvel Legends Puff Adder wave. I know there's a few other figures out there. This wave in general is really solid, actually. We've got Molecule Man, Baron von Strucker. If you take a look at the box on the side here, we have Molecule Man, Baron von Strucker, Yelena Belova, Wonder Man, Orb, and Ultimate Captain America. So just a few of the figures that are also in the wave. Plastic free packaging. It is what it is. I feel like a lot of people, I definitely get it from a standpoint of like quality control, because and this is kind of related to Marvel Legends, but Hasbro's having a hard time right now with the latest G.I. Joe wave with quality control. So thankfully, I have a good version of Iron Man here. He does have his blast effects, and his blast effects, let's see if you can see that, a little bendy, that'll happen, right? These are supposed to be like repulsor blast effects. Nothing that a little bit hot water can't fix. Just kind of, it is what it is. So that's basically what he comes with. He comes with 2 of his repulsor hands, right, left and right, and then both of the blast effects, 2 fisted hands. But honestly, the figure, if we take a look at the figure, I'm gonna just jump straight into it, right? If you take a look at this figure, it's honestly pretty clean, right? You see a little bit of marbling here on the front, right? And this is all connected. There's no waist swivel, right? We do have the diaphragm, and people have been complaining about the lack of movement there. And I mean, I see that, I do see that. I mean, he's not that dynamic of a character in general. It is a suit of armor, so like getting him into that pose, right, shouldn't be that tough. Is that close? I think that's pretty close, actually. But I know a lot of folks, a lot of the bigger channels, some of the OGs, they've been posing him in the superhero landing. That's pretty cool. Overall, I love this sculpt. This is, let's see if I can get it to fix. This is just an amazing sculpt for Iron Man. Just great. One of my favorite armors in general, really. It's become iconic just because of the Civil War storyline, which is, become now inspired, or now influenced the MCU version of Civil War. That run after Avengers Disassembled is pretty crazy, right? There's about 10 years worth of comics there, roughly, maybe 5-7 years worth of comics from Disassembled all the way to Dark Reign, where it's just one crazy event after another, and they're all bangers. up to dark green. I think Siege was pretty weak, but you know, from disassembled to we have like the I think it jumps to the new Avengers. Then you have Civil War, and then out of Civil War you have Secret Invasion, and then from Secret Invasion you have Dark Reign, and that's just a crazy. So this armor, and it's now being used in the new Avengers comics as well. This armor has become pretty synonymous with Iron Man in the comics, from modern comics. He the designer of this armor, I can't remember his name. I might write it down below, but he basically also designed the MCU armor, so that's why you see a lot of the inspiration. You see a lot of similarities. I do like, I mean, it's just such a great design. But aside from the design, the figure itself is so solid. It's such a great figure, right? You get some pretty good movement on the neck, so you can basically put him in a flying pose. Let's see if you can see that. That's pretty good. Okay, you fix the neck. You can also get some pretty good movement on the pinless. You get pinless on both sides, pinless on the knees. Just absolutely great sculpt. I know there's been some complaints about the shoulders when you move them up to a T pose, because the shoulder are basically pinned on, so it's gonna leave that. Hopefully that's not a problem later down the line, but I mean, overall, just a wonderful, wonderful figure. Just a wonderful figure. So let's go ahead and put some blast effects on him now. I know it's not a very dynamic pose, so let's try to fix that a little bit. That's pretty sick, right? So a little bit of that action. Go ahead and put this in here now. See if I can do what I want to here. Right. We could even put him, let's see if we can do this now in a flying. Go ahead and pretty clean. Have him fly away. Yeah, so overall, just a wonderful figure. I had to pick him up. This is, like I said, this is an armor that I've always really loved, you know, since the comics, since it debuted in the comics. So when I see they're making a new version compared to the 2012 one, which I think, you know, was probably good for its time, but definitely needed an upgrade. The proportions were a little off, but that's, you know, that's part of 2012 technology. Planning to maybe get Ultimate Captain America. I think that's probably the only ones I'm gonna get from that wave. I'm not really interested in this wave, even though there's a lot of really good figures. But man, the stuff that they announced at the recent Hasbro Pulse event was insane. So I'm hoping for pre-orders for a lot of those figs. But I guess to stay back on topic, right? You've got the figure, blast effects, alternate hands, the box itself. So if anybody wants to take a look at the box there, right? So you've got all of the little features. He's got him in the superhero pose, which he can hit. He can. You know, you got the artwork on the side, which, you know, I don't even, now that I'm thinking about it, that's the Pentagon armor. That's not the Extremis armor. The Extremis armor has like a more slender face. You can kind of notice if you compare it to this one. It's funny because the first issue that I was actually gonna pull out the #1 for the Invincible Iron Man, but I looked at it, I was like, you know what, that's not even the right armor. He doesn't really debut this armor until like issue 6, 7, I think, so that's more accurate. All right, and so for a little side comparison, if folks want to see him next to the Iron Spidey armor, you'll see that his armor's a little bit more faded. You get a little bit more of that caramel color with the Iron Spider. I'm not sure if you can see that with the light, but they do look really good next to each other. Despite the difference in colors, they do look like they're part. It does look like that Iron Man designed the armor, right? He is taller than Spider-Man, which, you know, should be the case, but it's a little size comparison to have in general. All right, so to finish off the video, we're gonna go ahead and jump into some poses and see how it goes. Thanks for stopping by. Leave some comments below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the Iron Man, if you're gonna pick him up, if you're gonna pass, if it's really a big turnoff that the diaphragm doesn't move as much as it should. Just your general, you know, consent. This is my first Marvel Legends. I got a lot of Marvel Legends figs that I need to review. So with some time, I think I might be starting through some of the stuff that I have open laying around here and maybe get into some new stuff. So let me know what you think. Leave some comments below, like and subscribe, and thanks for stopping by. Much appreciated. And from Comics and Cafe, we thank you and have a good rest of your weekend. Take care. Rest of your week too.